As far as Midwestern cities go, Dayton, Ohio seldom gets the love it deserves. Less than an hour's drive north of Cincinnati and 72 miles south of the state's capital, Columbus, Dayton is known as being the birthplace of aviation. But even if airplanes aren't your cup of tea, Dayton has a wide range of attractions that will be sure to please just about everyone in your family. Join Viewcation as we take you on a tour of some of the absolute best attractions waiting for you to discover in Ohio's sixth largest city. Dayton Art Institute. This fine art museum can be found at the center of downtown. It was founded in 1919, although it moved to its current location in 1930. The Dayton Art Institute was modeled after Rome's famed Renaissance-era structures and features beautifully manicured grounds and breathtakingly gorgeous architecture. The museum houses over 20,000 works of art and artifacts, some of which date back to over 5,000 years ago. There are several permanent exhibits that display things like 17th century Baroque paintings and sculptures, Asian earthenware, 18th and 19th century American works, and modern art. A visit to this incredible museum is perfect for a rainy day or to escape the scorching late summer heat. National Museum of the U.S. Air Force. If you're a fan of airplanes and military technology, this fantastic museum is a must. Here you'll find one of the world's largest and oldest collections of aircraft and missiles on display. The museum's extensive collection features noteworthy pieces of historical and technological significance, as well as a wide range of memorabilia related to the Air Force. Some of the highlights include the B-29 Superfortress used to drop the atomic bomb on Nagasaki, Japan, and the only surviving XB-70 Valkyrie in the world. Permanent exhibitions contain a vast collection of uniforms and other items used by veterans of some of the world's most consequential wars, a section of actual presidential aircraft, and several displays that provide information on the pioneers of air travel. Oregon District. In the center of town, you'll find the historic Oregon District. Here you'll find a collection of stately buildings that are now over 100 years old. You'll also discover a thriving business district with dozens of cafes, boutiques, shops, galleries, restaurants, and bars. Spanning a 12-block radius, this bustling neighborhood features a stunning array of architectural styles. From Greek Revival to Federal to Victorian buildings, no two structures are the same. Some of the buildings are private residences, while others are establishments open to the public. This quaint and laid-back district is often praised for being a perfect combination of both commercial and residential architecture. Not only is it historic, it's incredibly eclectic. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already, and stick around for more of the best of Dayton, Ohio. SunWatch Indian Village. Ohio is a state that owes much of its historical development to its indigenous peoples. The SunWatch Indian Village offers visitors a thought-provoking and fascinating look into the history of the area. It can be found a few miles southwest of the city center, situated along the Great Miami River. This is no ordinary museum. With an open-air design, SunWatch features a faithfully reconstructed Native American village. It first opened in 1988 and sits on a site where First Nation Ohioans flourished and lived in harmony with nature over 800 years ago. You'll find countless artifacts, exhibits, and archaeological excavations that paint an accurate picture of what life was like for Native occupants of the region. While strolling around the site, guests can see replicas of traditional daub and lath dwellings, defensive fortifications, and a vibrant, not to mention aromatic, native garden. Cedar Creek State Park. A little over half-hour drive south of downtown is this sprawling green space. The park, established in 1978, offers visitors a broad array of engaging outdoor activities in addition to having a recreated pioneer village and informative nature center. Cedar Creek Park surrounds Cedar Creek Lake. On its shores, you'll be treated to pristine beaches and miles of lush forest. And with over 43 miles of trails, there are wildflower-lined meadows and deep ravines to explore on foot, bicycle, or even horseback. Boonshoft Museum of Discovery. If you're traveling with little ones, a trip to this kid-friendly destination is the perfect way to spend an afternoon. It's about a 10-minute drive from downtown and is home to a science and technology center, as well as an aquarium, planetarium, and zoo. One of the museum's biggest attractions is its Apollo Observatory. Boonshoft traces its history to 1893. Since then, it has expanded into an expansive site that offers something for just about everyone. Its exhibits cover topics like Ohio's native wildlife, ancient Egypt, outer space, and geology. Various interactive, hands-on activities will make all these subjects come alive. Over 150 species of animals are housed at the center's zoo, including foxes, otters, sloths, monitors, and meerkats. Guests can also view educational and entertaining films at the planetarium. Carillon Historical Park. To learn more about Dayton's rich heritage and history, a visit to this park is definitely recommended. It's also an open-air museum that contains countless exhibits covering topics like technology, invention, transportation, and industry. The grounds are expansive. As you explore them, you'll stumble upon a variety of areas that show you how the city was settled and constructed. You'll also get a chance to see how Dayton's canal system was designed and implemented. View a live demonstration of 19th century candle making, or see how inventions like the Liberty aircraft engine and Frigidaire refrigerator helped turn Dayton into the city it is today. Over at the Kettering Family Education Center, you can see a rotating set of exhibits that give the city's history. The Wright Brothers Aviation Center offers guests the chance to see the world's very first airplane and several other interesting items related to the birth of aviation. All in all, Carillon Historical Park is a great place to spend the day with your family. Dayton Aviation Heritage National Historical Park. A visit to Dayton wouldn't be complete without taking a trip to the Wright brothers' original bicycle shop. This and more can be found at the sprawling complex known as the Dayton Aviation Heritage National Historical Park. The park is comprised of the John W. Barry Sr. Wright Brothers Aviation Center, Paul Lawrence Dunbar House Historic Site, Huffman Prairie Flying Field and Interpretive Center, and the Wright Cycle Company. When you see the Wright's bike shop, you'll feel like you took a step back in time. Not only will you learn about the early days of flight, but you'll also get to learn about the brothers' endeavors in the fields of transportation and printing. At Paul Lawrence Dunbar House, you'll learn about the many literary contributions of one of the most significant African-American writers in history. Since the park is so large and features many different exhibits, it's best to first stop by the visitor center to get a lay of the land. Day Air Ballpark, home of the Dayton Dragons. Although the Cincinnati Reds are the Ohio baseball team that typically gets all the attention, the Reds-affiliated minor league team, the Dayton Dragons, put on one heck of a show as well. You can see them play over at Day Air Ballpark, where every seat in the house is a good one, tickets are affordable, and refreshments won't break the bank. In 2011, the Dragons broke a record for most consecutive sellout games for a pro sports team. Locals absolutely love this team. Grabbing a pair of tickets is a great way to feel like a local. And the ballpark food options are pretty amazing. They offer everything from pulled chicken sandwiches to vegetarian grub. Schuster Center. This event space is the performing arts cultural hub of the Dayton region. Local performing art groups and world-renowned international and national acts also make appearances here. If you're lucky, you might even get a chance to catch an off-Broadway show. The center features two theaters, the Mateel Theater and the Mead Theater, as well as a restaurant and condominium complex. The center's architecture alone brings people to its doors. The dome found in the Mead Theater, which is fitted with an array of fiber optic lights and celestial imagery, is designed to be reminiscent of the night sky in Dayton when the Wright brothers took their first maiden flight in 1903. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in Dayton? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.